YouTube, Mad Dog here, welcome back to my channel. So I'm just doing a quick look round some budget campfire bushcraft cookware. Stay with me. Okay, just wanted to sort of show you guys and lasses some cheap cookware items over a period of little videos. I'm not going to blast it all out there in one go. Just to show that, you know, you don't have to spend a fortune to go out and enjoy the outdoors. You don't have to buy all the branded equipment. I like to do things on a budget. I'm only a working class fella, and it works, so why not? That's my sort of stance point on it. Your container, your bush pot, your canteen, whatever you may choose to carry, it basically is one of the items that is covered in the 5 C's of bushcraft. You know, container cover, cutting, cordage, etc, etc, which I've covered in other videos. I think my other videos I started to do a series called Bushcraft on a Budget, and covering that the 5 C's of bushcraft. So this sort of is inclusive on that genre. You know, your container is very important. It's something that's very hard to replicate in nature, in the wild, so it's something that you should carry with you, in my opinion anyway. One of the most important bits of kit, in my opinion, is a container, something that's going to be robust enough for longevity, and it should have the ability to boil your water, to sanitize it, to make it, you know, drinkable, to make it safe to drink. Something that you can cook in, prepare your meals in, something that you can make charred material in, charred cotton, whatever it may be, char cloth, something that you can boil natural cordage in with charcoal to make good strong cordage. There's a whole variety of uses for your standard bush pot. Now, that being said, like I say, it doesn't have to be expensive. So I'm going to show you this little fella, this little item, and some of the modifications that I've made. They're very simple, very easy, so let's get into it. Okay, so we'll have a look around this little bush pot. It's a stainless steel bush pot. Again, I brought this from eBay. I can't remember now, I think it was about £8. So we'll crack onto it. It's got the little loop handle there, you know, the bail handle, and originally that handle came fitted with a plastic sort of scales handle that, you know, it's a 2-part thing that used to bolt through the 2 holes. So what I've done straight away, I've removed that. I've drilled a 3rd hole in the centre and just attached a very heavy duty sort of keyring sort of loop there, so that I've got a centre point to hang my pot, you know, from like a crafted pot hanger, let's say, like this one here. So let me get this somewhere near so I can just show you. So I'm going to be demonstrating later on anyways, but there we go. So I can hang that over the fire. Quite effective, quite simple. Obviously the plastic handle will probably melt, and with it being quite girthy, quite thick there, you'd have to do a lot of carving and intricate shaping to make a notch for that to fit into, which isn't always practical. So I've got rid of that, I've lost that, and that was my first modification. So getting into the pot itself, comes obviously with a little stainless lid, which originally came again with a plastic button type handle, or, you know, lid sort of handle there, just secured on with a single screw underneath. So what I've done, I've changed that out for a wooden one, basically for 2 reasons. Firstly, the aesthetics. It looks, in my opinion, better to have a wooden sort of natural looking handle than a, you know, a plastic, cheap mass produced plastic thing. And secondly, it won't melt. It's good heat transfer, so basically that will be cooler to touch than the plastic one, which can potentially, you know, melt, burn, get too hot for your fingers. So I've taken that off, just replaced it with a wooden. This actually came off an old pair of like bedroom drawers, you know, one of the little wooden knobs there off a set of drawers, and I've just screwed it on with a self-tapping screw with some adhesive, so it's nice and tight, it's not going nowhere. So inside the pot, the first layer is a small tray. I have used this, by the way, as you can see. I've given it a field test, which I will be doing again for a demonstration. So you have a small tray, only small, shallow tray. And then secondly, a bigger bowl, which is quite useful. You know, this would be the sort of thing that you could drink out of, eat out of, as a secondary cup. Quite a nice little thing. And then obviously the bush pot itself, so it's quite a decent size, and inside of which I have these little items. Okay, so I've made this little wire gadget here. No, it's not a halo. So basically what you do is we open this out, just bend it into shape, and we have a makeshift handle basically, which I've made this just out of a piece of, you know, scrap old wire. I think it came off armoured cable, the braiding off an old armoured cable, and I've just twisted it in the vise like so to form a loop, and the end piece I've just twisted between itself just to make like a nice handle. And that actually, hopefully, he says, because it's been scrunched up for a while, I've sort of made it so that the pan, the pot, fits in there nice and snug. You know, it will hold more than its own weight in liquid, so it's more than adequate for boiling water or any food that you might want to, you know, heat up in there. It is surprisingly strong. And the same with the small pan, that also fits in, albeit a little bit more slack or loose, but doesn't matter. You know, I don't know really what you're going to be boiling in there. You know, for me that would probably be more useful as a lid for your main secondary pan, so that you can bring things to a boil more efficiently, quicker. So, or make your charred material in, etc. Going further down, I've just got a scrap offcut of leather. Obviously, you know, if you do have to handle anything and you haven't got your gloves, ideal. Or if your makeshift wire loop gets hot, you know, it's multiple uses. Always handy to have a piece of scrap leather. Apart from the fact that it stops everything else rattling around inside of your cookware. So that's one little bush pot that I would recommend. I'm going to go outside and fire it up and give you a quick demo of it working. Like I say, I think this was £8 on eBay. So you don't have to pay 20, 30, 40 pounds for a brand name bush pot just to go and have some fun in the outdoors. It doesn't have to be that serious and that expensive. And as you, I don't know if you can see, but I have actually already used this. It does work a treat. So even though for my current setup I've had to sort of bastardise, you know, butcher up my old pot hanger here somewhat to accommodate this, but it's no big deal. So stay with me and we'll have a bit of a fire up session. Stay with me. Yeah. Okay, let's get some water in the old bush pot. Out of the old stainless flask here. I'll be doing a quick overview or review on this little fella, where I got it from, how much it costs, another time. But, I ain't going crazy with it. This holds 75 or 750 millilitres, 3/4 of a litre. So you don't need to go crazy with this. So put that to one side there. Okay. Pot hanger here. I know you shouldn't do this, but okay. Let's get that in the ring and let's get that on the fire. Oh yeah. There he goes. That's complete out of camera shot, but there we go. Sorry about that. Basically, I've put the hanger on the support over the fire, so stay with me. We'll boil that up and get some grub on the go. Yeah. Okay, welcome back. The water should be well boiled by now. Just going to take the old piece of scrap leather there and take the pot hanger off the fire, if it will. There we go. And bring the old bush pot down here. Just move you down there a little ways. Move the old pot hanger out of the way just for a little while. So basically, just for tonight, I've got the old, what we've got in here, it's a pasta, chicken roast pasta with a spice mix, which I will show in another video, and some Reaper chili, California Reaper chili. Oh yeah, just to spice things up. I'm not going to make a massive deal out of the actual food that I'm eating, but I've got a lot of like MRE type meals, backpack meals stashed away that I'm going to review and share with you all, see what you all think, do a quick taste test on all of them. If you're interested in that sort of stuff, you know, as outdoors people, campers, it's always good to know what's out there and what we can do ourselves to improve their meals. So I'm going to be doing that as well soon. So anyway, I'm going to take this stuff and like I say, I've added some spices and the Reaper the Reaper sort of chili granules into this just to spice things up a little bit. I'm putting it in the second pot with the wire loop handle, just try and get that in camera shot there a little ways. There we go. So the ingredients are going in there. Oh yeah, that smells good already. I ain't even added the water yet. I know you shouldn't do that, but there we go. So the water. Ooh. Oh yeah. Ooh. There we go. Let's take a piece of stick here if we can, and just pour that into there. Ooh, yeah. So I think I've got a spork somewhere on my person. Somewhere. Oh yeah, it's on here. So I've got the lid, or the small platter with a spork in there as well. So I'm just going to take the secondary bowl there, give it a stir now. As you can see, it's all piping hot. Oh yeah, ready for this. Quite late over here now in the UK. I think it's about, I don't know, 11:30, 11:45, something like that at night. So had a bit of a late start today, to be honest. I've been doing a lot of wood chopping, getting ready for winter. I've got barbecue and a bit of a sort of you know, get together with my good mate Moose. That's impending soon, so looking forward to that. So bring it on, Moose. So basically we're just going to let that stew now, basically, and cook through the pasta. Nothing flash or fancy going on here. I'll put the lid back on there for a moment, and this secondary small cup I'm just going to drop on there. I don't know if this is picking up, I'm probably just out of camera shot here, and like that, and basically use that as a lid so it all steams through, and when it's ready to eat we'll cut back and give it a taste test. Stay with me. Okay, it should be ready now, so let's take the lid off, have a taste test. Yeah, even the lid's getting quite hot now, steamy, which is good. Oh yeah, get the spork. Hopefully I'll bring this up to camera. As you can see, it's steaming away. The pasta is swollen and it smells fantastic with all the herbs and spices that I've thrown in there. I'm just trying to show that. Wow, that's quite warm. The wire loop handle, it's worked perfectly. There's no problem with weight or bending, or, you know, go make yourself one of those or a couple of those, throw them in your kit, your canteen kit. They're worth doing. Anyway, let's have a taste test. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks real good. I'm ready for this. Let's just zoom you up here a little ways. Oh yeah. Good health, everybody. Oh. Oh, crocky me. Oh, Carolina Reaper chili. Oh, that's got some kick. I will do a review on that particular product. It's like the chilli that's been dried, ground down into a powder that you can use as a seasoning basically. But as we all know, the Carolina Reaper chili is currently, I believe, the world's hottest chili. Something like that. It's like 4.5 million Scovilles, and I've literally used excuse me, you know, a good couple of pinchfuls in this. So whew, cold night, that warms you through. Yeah, recommend it. Makes you feel good, chili does, you know. So oh yeah, that's good gear. And there's enough there for, you know, basically one person, maybe two people, depending what you're doing, how many calories you're expending, etc. I think there's about 350 calories in this, something like that, to include all the extras that I've thrown in. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, I like it. Excuse me for eating like a pig. I'm very hungry. It's quite cold tonight out here in the UK, and I've noticed on the shed roofs, I've got two sheds here, there is a frost, so it's got to be at least 0 degrees, if not below. So anyway, excuse me. Right, I'm going to go back inside now, wrap this video up. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you find some of these sort of ideas and the fact that, you know, cheap cookware, useful. You don't have to be expensive to enjoy just doing this sort of thing. Anyway, see you back inside, wrap this video up. Thank you all very much for watching, staying with me, all your support, all my regulars and newcomers to my channel. I really appreciate it. It's great to hear from you all. I've made great mates and friends on this channel. I really enjoy it, I really do. So thank you all very much. Okay, so in closing, you've seen a little demonstration of the little bush pot in action. Is it effective? Yes. Does it work? Yes. Is it cheap? Yes. Would I buy another one? Yes. So for me, it gets the thumbs up for what it is, and the cost point, why not? You know, stainless steel, you've not got the issue of toxicity from potential aluminium sort of ingress, etc. So before I close, I just want to add also that, as you can see, I've got a few more items on the bench here. A bigger cook pot, different cooking ware, a couple of canteens, and I've got a few different canteen mess sets, ex-military cookware sets as well, stashed away. And I will be doing some videos and sort of overviews, reviews on all that equipment as I go along. And again, it's basically just to show that it doesn't have to be expensive. Try these things, you know, they're there for a reason. You know, like especially ex-military stuff, they work, they really do, because they've got to. You know, they're designed to be used in the field where failure is not an option. So bear that in mind when you're buying any kit. I'm not going to name brand names, but if you're going to pay £50 for a canteen, water bottle and stove set, then if you can get the equivalent that's ex-military for £15–20, for me it's a no-brainer. But each to their own. Anyway, hope you find this little video useful, if not entertaining, and please stay tuned for some more of this sort of stuff later on. I'm not going to do like a continuous series, just every so often I'll throw them in there with a new bit of kit and see how she performs, and see what you all think. Anyway, have a great weekend, see you all soon, take care. Mad Dog signing off. Yeah!